So Justin was 30 years old when he passed away in February of this year. He was born and raised here in Broward County. He went to Taravella High School. Justin was a musician. He was a hip hop artist, and he's had a mixtape, and he's got a lot of music out there. My son was a very passionate, big-hearted young man, and he loved his family and his friends immensely, and he is greatly missed. I think Justin's passion is what made him special, and because he loved so hard and heavy, and he loved out loud. Myself and my mom, he loved us out loud. Everyone who was within the vicinity of him, they knew how much he loved his grandmother and his mother. Um, Very passionate about us. And his big heart is what really made him special. And he loved family. He kept in touch with family, the younger generation of family. He made sure he made himself available to them, to give them advice and to try to keep them on the right track. So he actually didn't pass in Broward County. Justin was in Atlanta, Georgia, and a friend flew in from Broward County to Atlanta, Georgia to celebrate their birthday, and they were club hopping, and they were going from one club to the other, and Justin left the club with his friend. He was in the back passenger seat. A young lady who had just met was in the other seat with him in the back, and then there was a young lady in the front passenger seat along with the driver. As they exited the parking lot to the club, apparently it was very close to the highway. They got on the highway and a car pulled up beside them and started shooting. Justin threw himself on the young lady who was sitting next to him, who he had just met, and he got shot in the head. The young lady in the front seat, she was shot 7 times, and the driver, he was grazed by a bullet. The healing journey for me is still very new. It's only been 3 months since Justin passed away. This past Saturday, I just started group grief therapy, through the church, because I know I needed to do something else to assist with my healing journey. I did work with a counselor for a little bit. I felt like I was comforting her more than she was comforting me. So I decided that I would try the group therapy journey. So still fairly new. I've only been there for 1 week, but it helped to be in a group, in a room with other people who were going through the same thing as me. I would like to say to another mother who's experiencing the loss of a child that she's not alone. There are many of us out here. It's just that you have to be able to find the resources to connect with other people who are going through a similar situation, as similar to yours. There are groups out there. There are groups through social agencies and through churches that you can find, and it makes a huge difference to sit in a room with other people who feel this same level of pain, and to be able to talk to them and just to get your thoughts out, because they understand. They know exactly what you're going through. I know exactly what you're going through, and it's a lonely road. It's a lonely road, and it's a club that nobody wants to be in, but unfortunately, some of us are. We're here, and it's good if you have other people that you can talk to, or at least listen to, who have been through the same thing. I just want, other mothers and fathers who are going through this, to just really be able to seek a group of your peers who you can have counsel with, and I hope this can save I really would hope it could save another child from losing their life. I really hope there's a child that's going to walk past your memorial garden and look and say, you know what? I got to do better. I got to do better. And I hope there's a parent that walks past your memorial garden and says, you know what? I really need to get on that child that I have at home because I don't want them to be a picture on a sign. I don't want them to be a QR code. No, so I hope that, what you're doing could, even if it influences one person, one parent to do better, one child to do better, then your work would have been done and 100% worth it.